I'm Carla from Harmony Public Schools, and my PBL is about showing how geometry is all around us. Geometry is part of our everyday life. To demonstrate this, I did a model of a town using geometry. I studied a real town and incorporated what I learned to my project. I used construction paper and a poster board to build my model. I started by measuring the poster board and then drawing the roads according to my measurements. Then I did the buildings. First, I measured the space I had for the buildings. Then I drew the figure I wanted in construction paper. Then I cut out the figure and pasted it on its designated space. I repeated this process with all the buildings. These three roads are parallel, these two are perpendicular, and so are these two. This road intersects this one, and this one intersects these two. Most of the buildings have different amount of sides and different angle measurements, which makes them different shapes. For example, this is a triangle, this is a square, rectangles, trapezoid, pentagon, hexagon, heptagon, octagon, nonagon, and decagon. That is the case in real cities. For example, many streets intersect another street at a 90-degree angle, making them perpendicular, like streets 1 and 2. But sometimes intersecting streets don't make a 90-degree angle, like 3 and 2, which means they just intersect. Houses have geometry too. Walls are perpendicular to the floor and usually to the ceiling too. Some walls might be parallel or perpendicular to other walls. The angles made by roof and walls are specific. The doors can open up to a certain angle. Windows are a certain distance from the floor and usually parallel to it. By looking carefully, we can see the geometry hidden in the structure. Ancient Romans used geometry to build aqueducts. The columns had to be the same shape, have equal length and width, have the same distance between each one, and intersect the line where the water passes through, but not be perpendicular to it. For the ELA component, I kept a journal in which I wrote down all the measurements I got from the real city and for the model. I also wrote down everything I needed to add to my model, the names of the streets and buildings, and what geometry has to do with each one. Thanks for watching Harmony Schools.